WDLC Country and Community for this Wednesday morning, and Port Pride 5 is back. We're here to talk to members of the district, and today is no different. I have the pleasure of speaking with a world language educator, Austin Wilson, who's one of our fine French teachers in the Port Jervis City School District. Good morning. How are you? Bonjour.
Good morning. I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. Now, do you speak French pretty much from when the students walk in the door to your class? I guess it depends on the level, right?
Absolutely. And I do teach the first level, so I'm in the middle school. I get to teach 7th and 8th grade. So, our goal is obviously to teach 90% of the time in French. Sometimes we can do that, especially as we get closer to the end of the year. But initially, it's just trying to expose them and get them to buy in and feel comfortable. And then we could speak all the French,
Got it. So did they have a choice? Is it a curriculum they have to take a language through school still? Is that how it works here nowadays?
Yeah, New York State students are required to take at least one credit of language, and in Port Jervis we offer that starting as early as 8th grade, which then allows them to take college opportunities later on in their high school career.
Now, you personally, what is it about French that you were just enamored with? You're like, I'm going to teach this.
I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. When I was super young, I had a chalkboard installed in my bedroom. I pretended to be a teacher my whole life. And then I was, pretty good at school. And it wasn't until I took French classes that I found a lot of self-confidence. And as a student growing up, I was in speech classes and I struggled with language.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to me when I went into the language classroom. That's where I felt most comfortable and I was able to be the most creative. And, it's not just doing one thing all day. You could tie in culture, right, which is food, music. You could do all these different things in a language class that I wasn't really experiencing in other classes. And then I was like, I could travel and I could say that's part of my job,
Yeah.
So I was able to study abroad and I was able to do a lot of amazing things.
That sounds fantastic. So you've traveled to France. How many times have you been there?
So I studied abroad right after high school.
Yeah.
I went to a program called, it was through Syracuse University. I was there once, but I was there for 4 months in Strasbourg, which is near Germany, right on the border of France and Germany.
And when are you going back? Because you owe it to yourself, I feel.
So initially I said, okay, after I graduate college, and then it was after I do my master's, and now I finished my master's, and now, I'm involved in so many things that after I'm done doing summer school, which is a couple years down the road, I think I'll reward myself.
Put it on the calendar, put a pin in it, and definitely strive for that. I'm learning that a lot of our faculty in the Port Jervis City School District is you don't just do one thing, you do multiple things. You do things that really, it's almost like you work in an industry that you love, so it's not going to work, right? You've heard that multiple times.
Right.
What I was told about you, there's a program called Odyssey of the Mind, and I'm not even familiar. I'm not even take a stab at it. Explain what that is, Austin.
Yeah, so Odyssey of the Mind to me is one of the most amazing programs that we offer. I was lucky enough to do it growing up in Port Jervis. I then was a judge, and now that I'm back in the district as a teacher, I'm a coach. Mm-hmm. And it's a program that allows a small team, so it's between 5 to 7 students per team, an opportunity to learn to work together, to think creatively, to problem solve, to recycle, to work using a budget. So it's teaching these real life skills, right? Students are always asking, when am I going to use this in life? Odyssey of the Mind, you have to use it every single day of your life. Right. And they have to put on a performance, and everything that's created from the students, whether it's the costume, the props, the backdrops, the script, the students have to do 100%. The coach cannot tell them what to do. I can show them how to use a tool, but they have to create everything themselves. So it's pretty amazing.
That is. Austin, I really appreciate getting to know you and you taking time. I know you have to get going. So have a great day, bundle up, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much. Thanks again for the opportunity.
My pleasure. And there he goes, Austin Wilson. He is one of our French teachers in the Port Jervis City School District in the middle school. And that is it, my friends. Our Port Pride 5 for today at WDLC Country.